Henrik, how would you describe your performance tonight, and how nervous were you in the last minute of the game?
Well, I felt good tonight. I must say I felt pretty good in every game. It's just tonight we had the bounces. We talked about the first couple of games where, especially against this team, you need that little extra puck luck. You play a lot around the net and a lot of deflections and screens, and sometimes it's going to hit you and sometimes it's not. But you have to keep telling yourself you're doing the right things. So that's what I did today. Going into this game, I didn't want to change anything, and I just tried to go out and compete. And a couple of close calls. But when you play this game, you have to battle, but then you have to rely on your teammates, and sometimes you have to rely on some luck. And tonight we had it a couple of times, but we played a strong game. But when they turn it up, I think we can match that. But it's an intense game, and last couple minutes, they came hard. But we've been in that situation before. You just have to trust yourself, trust the system we have, and trust your teammates that we're doing the right things. And I felt like we were a lot better tonight, being in the lane, especially from their point shots. It was tougher for them to get them through, and that's a big part of their game.
Henrik, what is it about elimination games that seems to bring out the best in you and your team?
Well, it's about competing, and when everything is on the line, you just have to challenge yourself the right way, I guess. As a team and personally, you have to go out there and leave everything out there, and be extremely focused. One mistake and the season is over. So you're definitely aware of that when you go out to these type of games where you know everything can be over after this period or after the next two periods. You just try even harder to be focused and making the right decisions out there. It's exciting though. It's extremely it's tough, but it's fun. Especially when it's that intense out there. A lot of action, and always great to win at home.
Henrik over here, great game. Talk about the feeling of momentum, if there is such a thing from game to game to you, and the challenge of trying to keep something going special in LA.
Well, we went into this game with the approach that we wanted to win at home in front of our fans. That was our approach, and we got that accomplished. Now we're looking for the next game where, when it comes to momentum, you just create that from the start. You set the tone, and whatever you want it to be, whatever happened last game, it's over. You go out and set the tone the first 5-10 minutes, and so obviously the start in these games are important to show your teammates and to show the other team that you're ready to play, and this is going to be a long night. So that's the message you want to send out when you go out for the games, I guess. And we definitely, we didn't want to see the cup coming out on our home ice tonight. That was, just the thought of it makes me feel sick. But, obviously the goal is to stay for Game 7. But there's so much work to be done here. We're just looking at the next game as a great challenge for us. Again, when they get going, they're a good team, but at the same time, when I compare them to maybe Pittsburgh, they have a lot of skill. Montreal had a lot of speed, but this team is just, they do every little thing right, and they make it tough for you in every little situation. So sometimes you think you have everything under control, and they create something from basically nothing. They're shooting the puck and go for the rebounds. And so you have to be on your toes all the time.
Henrik, I'm not sure if you've seen the replay yet, but on that chance in the final minute, the deflection that got behind you, it appeared the puck hit some snow. Is that there as a goalie? Do you push it there, or is it just the product of being late in the game?
It was probably a product of moving a lot. And luckily, I stayed deep in the nets. There was a lot of snow there, but obviously a couple of times where, like I said, you just have to rely on your teammates and luck. And I thought I had it because I felt the puck and I felt like I got a good piece of it with that deflection. So I was yelling at the ref to blow the whistle, and then I watched the replay and I realized it was behind me for probably a couple of seconds. I actually apologized, but he was cool about it. But again, you know, I didn't change anything going into this game, and it's so fast. The game is so fast that you can't question yourself when you know you lose or sometimes you need to correct things. But that's what I said after last game. I mean, you need to be careful when you analyze your game, because if I start changing things, you know, it's not going to be good for me or the team. So sometimes you just have to believe in what you're doing, even though you're not getting the result you want.
Henrik, a lot of these elimination games, or in the case of the last series, the clinching games, have been 2-1, 1-0, where you've had to nurse that one goal lead through the third period. How much do you draw on that experience in a case like tonight?
Well, I think we believe in each other in that situation. That's huge. To know that you can pull it off, even though they're coming at you in a lot of different ways. I think it starts with the mental belief that, you know, we're doing the right things out there, and it's going to pay off. Especially in a game like this, every little play matters, and I think we did so many good things that in the end it paid off for us. And obviously, been in this situation before. Yeah, I think it helps us. Again, it's coming back to the system and believing that what we're doing out there is working for us, and this is the way we played tonight. That's why we're in the final, I think. And we try to do everything the right way, and then when it's time to rely on skill, you do that. But there's a lot of times where you just have to keep it simple and work extremely hard.
Down here.
You've said you didn't want to overreact, you know, to the first three games because you thought you were playing reasonably well. What did you mean then yesterday when you said that you needed to raise your level to compete with Quick, and how did that manifest itself tonight? What did you mean by that to yourself as you're going into the game?
Well, I honestly, I mean, I talked to my goalie coach too about it. I've been feeling good in all games. I'm reacting to the pucks the right way. I'm not making the first move, but sometimes you just have to accept, you know, the bounces coming at you. You know, you can't change your game just because it happens. I would do the same thing again, even though you know the result. But yesterday when I said I have to be better, being okay or good is not going to win you games right now. You have to be better than that. And, but I don't feel like I've been giving up bad goals. I think I'm playing my game, and I have to believe in what I'm doing out there. And tonight, with a great team game and some luck, you know, we got a good result.
Henrik, over here. As much as you talk about the luck that was on your side tonight, how difficult was it when Girardi's stick breaks and Dustin Brown comes down on the breakaway to get over that, being as it has been unlucky here throughout the first three games?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. The first thought was, here we go again. And I guess the important thing was to respond the right way. They had a couple of chances right after, and to make saves there right away, and to, you know, at that point, I just kept telling myself, we need to keep this score going into the third. You know, that was my approach. They had a little push late in the second after that goal to try to get back in the game. So it felt extremely important to, you know, keep the puck out. But it's always mentally challenging when things happen, especially like that. You feel like we have a lot of it under control, and then you get that break. It's just, you always have to respond the right way and stay positive.
Thank you.